You know, as a Flames fan, I honestly thought this offseason was going to be a nightmare. But, wait, 1 second. We're back, baby. After the news broke on Wednesday that restricted free agent forward Matthew Tkachuk does not want to re-sign with the Calgary Flames long-term, the Flames decided to trade him on Friday. And the trade looks like this. The Florida Panthers acquire Matthew Tkachuk from the Calgary Flames along with a 2025 conditional 4th-round pick. And in return, the Calgary Flames get forward Jonathan Huberdeau, who by the way finished 2nd in the league in scoring last year, alongside defenseman Mackenzie Weegar, prospect Cole Schwindt, and a 2025 conditional 1st-round pick. You guys already know what the deal is, but if you are new here, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hop into NHL 22 and move all the players to their respective teams, and we're gonna do a season simulation and see how each team does. And if you are new here and like hockey content, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the start of the next NHL season. And also leave a like down below if you're excited for the simulation, and leave a comment letting me know who won this trade, Florida or Calgary. Let's get into it. We are now inside NHL 22, and as always, we're going to choose an innocent bystander team for this simulation. This time we're choosing the Arizona Coyotes. So let's go check out Florida's lines and Calgary's lines. So looking at the Florida Panthers, Matthew Tkachuk there on the first line left winger position next to Alexander Barkov and Anthony Duclair. And looking at the Calgary Flames, Jonathan Huberdeau on the first line left wing position with Elias Lindholm and Tyler Toffoli. I'll also point out that Mackenzie Weegar is playing first pair defense alongside Chris Tanev, but we're just going to focus on Huberdeau and Tkachuk in this simulation. So let's simulate each month and we'll check out each player's scoring and we'll see where their team is sitting in the standings. So after the month of October, Jonathan Huberdeau is sitting nicely with the Calgary Flames with 9 points in 8 games and 4 of those being goals with a +1. And in that Pacific Division, the Calgary Flames sitting first place, 1 point ahead of Vegas and the Sharks with a record of 6-1-1. Over in Florida, Matthew Tkachuk is doing good as well with the Panthers with 11 points in 9 games, 1 goal, 10 assists, and a +4. And the Florida Panthers as well are first in their division, 3 points ahead of the Detroit Red Wings with a record of 7-1-1. Ironically enough, after the month of November, there has been one trade in the NHL, and that is Florida and Calgary making another deal again. As Calgary acquires a 3rd-round pick and Patrick Hornquist from the Panthers in exchange for a 2nd-round pick and Martin Pospisil. And after the month of November, the top line for the Calgary Flames has taken a little bit of a hit, but their depth is still getting it done for the Flames. Jonathan Huberdeau, 16 points in 22 games, 5 goals, 11 assists, but a -6. The Calgary Flames are tied with the Vegas Golden Knights with 28 points. They're currently sitting at a record with 12, 6, and 4. Over in Florida, Matthew Tkachuk and Alex Barkov are absolutely dominating, as Tkachuk has 26 points in 21 games, 6 goals, 20 assists, and a +7. However, Florida is tied for 3rd in the Atlantic Division with 23 points. They currently have a record of 11, 9, and 1. Let's go to December. We have now wrapped up the month of December. Jonathan Huberdeau with 28 points in 36 games, 11 goals, but still sitting at a -6 for the Flames. However, the Calgary Flames are still sitting comfortable in that 2nd place spot in the Pacific Division, 42 points with a record of 19, 13, and 4. In the Sunshine State, Matthew Tkachuk is still not slowed down as he's over point per game with 37 points in 35 games, 11 goals, 26 assists, and a +5. However, the Florida Panthers are struggling as they're sitting 7th in the Atlantic Division, 35 points in 35 games with a record of 17, 17, and 1. Let's see if they can bounce back. After the month of January, Jonathan Huberdeau is finally leading the Calgary Flames in points with 41 in 50 games. He's got 15 goals and 26 assists, but a -5 still. The Calgary Flames have now taken over first in the Pacific Division with 60 points in 50 games. They have a record of 28, 18, and 4. In Florida, Matthew Tkachuk still maintains his point per game with 49 points in 49 games. He has 16 goals and 33 assists and a +3. However, the Florida Panthers are still struggling as they're still in 7th in that Atlantic Division with 50 points with a record of 24, 23, and 2. Let's move on to February. One thing I always forget about NHL 22 is that there is 0 games in the month of February. So let's just go to the trade deadline and see if either Florida or Calgary makes any big splashes. Only one trade from both Florida and Calgary after the trade deadline. Calgary acquiring more forward depth as they get Andreas Athanasiou and Max Domi from the Chicago Blackhawks in exchange for a 1st-round pick and a 7th-round pick. After the trade deadline, this is what the Calgary Flames lineup looks like. Jonathan Huberdeau remains on that top line still with Lindholm and Tyler Toffoli. And speaking of Jonathan Huberdeau, after the trade deadline, he's still leading the Flames in points with 53 in 64 games. However, he is a -9, but he has 18 goals. And after the trade deadline, the Calgary Flames are in second in the Pacific Division, 4 points behind Vegas. They have a record of 33, 25, and 6. Matthew Tkachuk and Alex Barkov continue to lead the Florida Panthers in points. Tkachuk has 57 points in 62 games, 19 goals, and +5. Florida is now tied with Toronto for 4th place in the Atlantic Division with 67 points in 62 games. Their record is 32, 27, and 3. Now, ladies and gentlemen, is the time to simulate the rest of the regular season, and then we'll find out how both players and teams ended up. The Calgary Flames have made the playoffs and they are taking on the Edmonton Oilers in the first round, so a little bit of revenge might be on their minds. But meanwhile, in the Eastern Conference, there is no Florida Panthers in the playoffs. The Florida Panthers missed out on the playoffs as they tied Toronto with points for the final wildcard spot. Toronto had 2 more regulation overtime wins, which means Florida misses the playoffs. Matthew Tkachuk finishes the season with 70 points in 80 games as he missed 2 due to an injury. He had 25 goals and 45 assists and he was a +9. Meanwhile, the Calgary Flames finished second in the Pacific Division, 3 points behind the Vegas Golden Knights. They finished with a record of 44, 31, and 7. Jonathan Huberdeau leads the Calgary Flames with 69 points in 82 games. Nice. 28 goals, 41 assists, and a -6. So let's simulate the playoffs and see how the Calgary Flames do. Ladies and gentlemen, your Stanley Cup champion, the Columbus Blue Jackets.
What the hell?
Wait. It gets better. The Columbus Blue Jackets beat the Calgary Flames in 5 games.
Oh, hell no!
And just to rub a little salt in the wound for all us Flames fans, Johnny Gaudreau wins the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP. So with the Calgary Flames acquiring Jonathan Huberdeau and Mackenzie Weegar, and the Florida Panthers acquiring Matthew Tkachuk, who do you think won this trade? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed the simulation, make sure to hit that like button. If you enjoy hockey content, especially NHL 22 content, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Once again, we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the NHL season starts, so hit that subscribe button. My name is Zoo. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Johnny!